If you are enjoying the story so far and need more Dungeons and Dragons in your life, I invite you to check out another group called the Long Past Podcast. They are working their way through heroism and tragedy in the events of the Chragan War. Their name and link are in the description below.
Day 114. After a feast prepared by our healer, we set off once again to fight a horribly long and gruesome battle against General de Solgor. I'd had no idea that the Rangers knew of the means to travel the plains. However, astrologically linked, but Varen bartered a tunnel for us for the general's home plane. However, we were separated once venturing forth. Del, Thea, Raphael, and I were spread out in the underground tunnels, while Varen was thrust into dealing with the general directly. Varen told me later on that he used his fog cloud to confuse the general and evade his fireball attacks. While Varen was slowly killing the demon, I was up to my ears in monsters using darkness spells, and I loved it. It's funny how Varen's field of expertise is forest and grasslands, and mine is anything with darkness. Nevertheless, Varen was successful in killing the demon general and ripping his heart out.
Now, let's get into it. Welcome back to the land of the hunter. Day 115 dawns with the elves in a gloriously large, overgrown forest of ancient proportions and prestigiously tall trees. The great canopy of leaves above are turning into a fabulous gold, and the leaves have begun their descent to the distant earth below in droves. While there is neither wind nor rain, the temperature is a brisk 40 degrees. And we have a new travel map. And make sure I'm on the right layer. Here we go. And focus pink.
It cost us a few measly coins at the corner shop on the road.
And there we go. We're in. You should be able to see a travel token now.
Oh, that's for the party travel, isn't it?
Yes, party travel.
Oh, I was really excited for a second because I thought we were going to play on a hexagonal map.
I was not aware this was a goal of yours, but I will keep that in mind for when I next design a battle map. Excuse me.
I just like the way it looks, honestly. It's just cool.
As a side note, Varen would have cast non-detection prior to taking a long rest, but that would have been at level 20, so I didn't bother mentioning it last time. We are waking up. We have had a long rest, recovered from our various injuries and poisons and illnesses and all sorts of fun stuff from traveling to the Nine Hells to battle General Dusselgore on his home plane. The Crusovians are waking up around us, all 4,000 of them, admiring the fact that we now have these, well, they're not just crutches, but now 3 other large beasts. One of the Crusovian leaders approaches you, Adrian. Well, we said we'd come with you, and we're coming with you all the way, but I have to admit, I'm not sure where we're going in all this tree land. Are you elves going to be able to scout ahead for us? Lay a path that we can follow?
Sure thing. We know this area a little bit better than the desert sands.
His eyes keep
We'll
wandering.
definitely scout a path for you. And
His eyes keep wandering to look up at these enormous trees. Like he's never seen this much wood, let alone such healthy wood in his entire life. So he's just kind of like, what?
Real quick.
Sir?
Before we get into any kind of interesting moments, can we assume Del would have applied his inspiring leader to everyone during our long rest?
Indeed. And Del is currently level 18, I believe.
Yes.
So everyone will get a total of 20 temporary hit points. Thank you, Del. Thank you for remembering that as well.
is that 20 temporary hit points?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
20 total, not added 20.
Right.
Well, thank you.
Alright, so we're going to be the forward scouts for the Crusovian army, so to speak. In a vast unknown land, which isn't terribly surprising, in order to try and find the Crusovians and put an end, find the hobgoblins and put an end to their threat to our people. Getting names mixed up in my head here.
Using the Crusovian army to help us out with that.
Indeed. Why'd you put Stroke of Luck in the chat?
Not
I
sure.
was waiting for a moment to ask, just to clarify before we get into combat, with regards to the attack function of this, would this count as a natural crit if it's applied or no?
Alright, let me take a look at this, because I meant to do this earlier for you, and I apologize. I've had, well, life. At 20th level, you have an uncanny attack, blah blah blah. If your attack misses a target within range, you can turn the miss into a hit. Oh, okay.
I'd honestly lean towards no, but I wanted to hear your
I'm gonna say no.
ruling before we start.
The way I'm reading this, because I had my own presumptions, but hadn't actually read it. Reading this now, no, it's not going to be a crit if you hit. It's just going to be a hit.
Cool.
I
just wanted to make sure I asked that before we get into a combat.
This is the target within a range. I would.
Honestly,
If you have advantage or an enemy of your target within 5 feet of your target, I would still apply sneak attack with this myself. Yeah, I'm okay with applying sneak attack to this use of your Stroke of Luck. What were we going to ask, Theo?
Oh, I wasn't going to ask anything. I was going to say I agreed with you on the aspect of it not being a crit. I have no idea how this would alter anything with sneak attack, but either way, I kind of answered my question. I was hoping to know before combat.
Now.
Thank you.
What do you want our marching orders to be, Adrian?
Well, let's see. Varen, you had an elk,
correct,
as your mount, right?
Yes.
What were the other 2 mounts? I can't remember.
Del is currently being accompanied by an enormous brown bear, who's constantly poking its snout into his shoulders, looking like, "You got food there? You gonna share? You gonna share?" That's for me, right? Whereas Thea has this looming dire wolf that stands almost ever silent right behind her.
Why don't we have Thea and the dire wolf first? Then you, Varen, with your elk. Dell and the bear. And then I'll follow in the rear.
Just to clarify, you're putting the ranger in the middle of the party?
Just right behind Thea.
I mean, okay, but I'm pretty good at following tracks.
Okay, you can go ahead.
And
I was trying to switch it up a little bit.
oh, well, if you want to switch it up, you're the boss. Second rank is going to be Baron and Dell. And then, Adrian, you're taking up the rear on crutches?
Yeah.
Alright. Thea, would you like to attempt... what activity do you want to be engaged in, Thea? Do you want to attempt to... Ow. Do you want to be alert to danger? Do you want to try and forage, navigate, draw a map, or attempt to track our enemies?
I presume Varen will be better at the tracking and be prepared for that. Correct me if I'm wrong.
More or less.
I guess of those options, navigate would probably make the most sense for Thea. Navigation goes off of which ability?
If you turn in your copy of the Player's Handbook to Chapter 8... Oop, too far. I went too far in two different directions. Oop, too far again. Chapter 8, page 182. Navigating... No, sorry, you said... Sorry, navigating is just making sure that you are making sure that we don't get lost.
And it goes off wisdom.
Correct.
That's what I was trying to ask you about.
Wisdom survival.
Well, okay, so hold on. Our goal right now is that we're chasing something down, right?
We are attempting...
So our navigation...
We are attempting to backtrack the hobgoblins who came to the cliff to prevent the Crusovians.
So our navigation's gonna...
Go ahead.
Sorry. I presume our navigation aspect is just follow the trail.
Well,
so
first we have to find the trail.
Oh.
And then after that, it's more a matter of backtracking the trail. Alternatively, you could draw a map to record our progress and help us get back on course if we get lost. No ability check required.
Can you both navigate and track at the same time, Baron?
I can be alert to danger and track. I can be alert to danger and draw a map. Sorta.
Okay. In that case, I think I'll have to help with the navigating, and maybe Dell can draw the map.
Okay, Dell will map. Make my notes. Adrian, what activity do you want to be involved in? Alert to danger, forage, navigate, draw a map, or track?
Alert to danger.
Alright. Let me check here.
Did you...
I'm sorry, what was that there, Thea?
Did you want a survival check from Thea for the navigation?
In uno momento.
Uno. Dos.
Tres.
Tres.
Alright, just saving this real quick. Okay.
Ons. Aye.
Now, where did I put that note? Here it is. Alright, Thea, you are attempting to navigate. So please give me a survival check. This will be at normal, unless you have an inspiration point for advantage.
Oh, sorry. I did not realize I set to advantage at all.
Okay, well, we'll go with the 23, which So Thea, you're able to figure out through the trees which way is north, east, southwest, as related to our current location and our trail. So you have a pretty good idea of where we are as we travel. So if we fall off the trail, you'll be able to get us back on track. Varen is going to also be alert to danger. And Adrian, what this means is that you currently are, watching for trouble. So if anything pops its head out, unless it has a stealth check higher than your passive perception, unless it has a stealth check higher than your passive perception, you'll notice it. Thea, you will not be able to notice threats because you're navigating. All right, so
I feel like it's a hazard of being in front.
I'm sorry.
I feel like that's a confusion with me being in front and not knowing what I'm walking into, but oh well, here we are.
And Varen will be alert to danger, and also will try to track down our enemies. Since we are trying to find a hobgoblin's trail, and they are a favorite enemy, I get to use my advantage. Survival.
Also, too, I won't be surprised if anything tries to get me from behind.
Because you have alert. And Varen gets a nat 20, which beats the DC by a lot.
Ha.
Alright, so I will... Oops. I move that note out of the way. There we go. Alright, so real quick, you may notice 1 hex is equal to 3 miles.
Ooh.
So that to move one from 1 hex to another is 1 hour of travel. So we can travel. Double checking in my head. Traveling at a normal pace, we can travel 8 hexes per day. That's 8 hours.
8 hours.
Real quick, I'm going to do. Let's see if I can grab this. You might also notice a kind of a goldish field just south of us. That is a tree.
Okay.
Finally.
That's one big tree.
And because Varen succeeded, I will put up the route on the map. So this is hour 2. Oops. Buttons everywhere. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, right. Might help if I move over so I can grab the actual token.
So, did we at this point find the trail that we're looking for then of the hobgoblins?
That's what I said.
Okay. Can I switch it? Sorry, I was a little confused just because I wasn't sure precisely what the line was.
The Dark Thunder. The Dark Line is the trail that Varen found with his nat 20 survival check.
Now that basically Varen's tracking ability is basically our navigation.
Pretty
Can
much.
I have the switch to being alert for danger?
Certainly. Let me make a note to that effect. Under no one cares but the Dungeon Master.
I care, because if we walk into a trap, I don't want to be stunned for a round.
Alert to
or
danger.
delayed or whatever.
Don't worry, I've got your back.
Alright, so why does this note keep going to all the wrong spots? The day passes in a kind of an eerie sense of awe. The trees here are enormous. They easily dwarf the trees that we once knew back in our own home grove. They, by comparison, seem more like brush to these things. However, as we travel throughout the day, it becomes evident that several of these trees, especially up higher near their tops, are scarred and burnt, twisted. There's definitely a few trees, Adrian, that you notice that some look to have been rotated 180 degrees, as though something cut the tree, turned it, and then resealed it back together.
Interesting.
In various spots, we find areas where the ground has been pitted by fire or perhaps meteorites. as Varen encountered briefly not long ago. Yikes.
Yikes.
In other places, we find great mounds of brush and foliage, rich in deep green color despite the lateness of the year, with various bones protruding out from beneath, indicating mounds of grave sites, potentially. Varen is, as we draw near to the end of the travel period, Varen is going to send an animal messenger back to the Crusovians with the map that I believe Del was drawing, yes? Del was drawing a map, I think?
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
the Crusovians will be following along our path. And then Varen will also, prior to taking a long rest, make sure that he casts non-detection, which I just remembered. I need to deduct 2 doses of diamond dust. There we go. Alright. So,
That's right.
we will be able to settle in for a long rest. We have not encountered any signs of enemies recently on the trail, other than where Varen has pointed out the hobgoblins that went back the way we are now going, towards the cliff where we fought them in order to gain the beach. Ooh,
Although I did spot a couple of flies.
What legendary accomplishments.
I'll be putting that on my resume. Thank you.
They're just like, what's a resume, Tithia? Alright. Anything either of you want to accomplish before, or do undertake? There we go. I know words. Before we settle in for a long rest.
Well, let me check my pouches, see if I'm low on anything.
And
I was gonna say, would it be reasonable to spend like an hour foraging in this area?
With what forge?
Oh, foraging for materials.
Foraging.
Like
okay. This makes more sense.
Sorry, I didn't enunciate. I was thinking, whether it's like the kind of the fleetfoot leaves or stuff like that, or anything to kind of help with like curing exhaustion.
Heart sands, silvertaffs, garlic beans.
I still have
like
9 silvertaff, 42 skewer dirts, which can be made into smoke bombs, 82 marble pearls, 25 juicy nectars, 8 hopalot twigs for acid, 8 forfin tea. I still have 14 fleetfoot leaves, 10 clear eye, and 20 bad eye berries.
Wow, you have a lot.
When I find stuff, I find a lot.
I was gonna say, so what you're saying is I'm supposed to be charging you for the arrows I give you.
Have you asked for anything?
I'm just joking. I'm just making a joke.
No, but still, it's just, if you want something, just ask.
I don't know. Most of my stuff I was down to about 5 to 10. I was just thinking just a general stock up, but I didn't realize how much you had.
I mean, what do you want?
Could I have a few more smoke bombs?
Well, you have to make them. You can't just like I can give you the screwdriver, but you have to spend some time and effort to make them into smoke bombs. Which I think you still have some smoke bombs, don't you?
I don't see them listed at the moment, but I haven't looked everywhere. Do you have anything that could just generally be useful for doing things like curing disease or exhaustion or...
I point at Del.
Poison?
Him.
Okay.
Okay, I have 0 heart sands, but I've got 4 heart sand poultices.
And heart sands are what you make into heart sand poultices.
Okay, so...
I've got 170 heart sands, so if you want to make something, please, I will happily hand these over.
458 more? Sorry.
I guess in that case, actually, maybe...
I'm updating my thing.
Instead of foraging, maybe if we got some time before our long rest or whatever, maybe Thea and Del can take some time to keep working on. Do I want to... Let's see. Hack and leaf brews take 1 hour or 8 hours to make?
I'm sorry, for which?
I'm trying to remember between the hack and leaf brews and the heart sand poultices how long they take to make.
Thank you. Let me double check for you.
I know a heart sand poultice takes at least a long rest, which is what, 8 hours?
Heart sand poultice takes 8 hours. However, if you succeed on a double checking nature or medicine check, you might be able to make one portion of heart sand into 2 separate heart sand poultices. So Dell working alone for 8 hours can produce 1 heart sand poultice. Potentially 2.
Okay. Do we have that much time available? I don't know.
Sure.
Okay. Can Dell make a medicine check and attempt to make a special heart sand poultice? Or a combo one?
He can give me a medicine check or a nature check. His choice. That is not enough, I'm sorry to say.
Okay. I'll just make one then, right?
Yes. It does take him 8 hours.
So can we also possibly make a couple of spell scrolls while we're doing a long rest?
Recall that we, for the sake of ease, we ruled that you can make 1 first level spell scroll for every 8 hours.
For every 8 hours. Okay. So if we wanted to do a second one, that would take about 16.
A second level one, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll pass on that one.
Okay.
But you said you had the ingredients to make the smoke bombs. I just needed to sit down and create them.
Correct. Which I'm double checking. So, skewer dirt. During a long or short rest, you can attempt a nature check once per hour, and if you succeed, then you get to make a certain number of smoke bombs.
Well, I would like to give that a shot.
Okay. How many would you like to try and... Oh, well. How many hours would you like to spend making these?
Maybe 1 to 2 hours. But I was kind of hoping to get 3, so does that mean I'm going to have to spend about, 3 hours?
Okay, so...
Total?
First, just get for 1 hour, please give me a nature check.
Okay. Nature check, here we go.
And I'll give up one of my skewer dirts. Okay, so that's a success. Now roll me 1d6 plus your intelligence modifier.
Intelligence modifier. The modifier is the bigger number?
No, smaller.
Smaller number. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm not saying this right. My intelligence, the bigger looking number is 4. The smaller looking is 18.
In that case, you do roll 1d6 plus 4.
Oh, 1d6 plus 4. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right. Let's do... Come on. Roll it in. There we go. 1d6.
Varen is very unwilling to give you marble pearls, just FYI. Okay, so you make 6 impact smoke bombs.
Ooh, nice. I'll take it.
I thought you might.
Alright, I will add my...
Anything for Thea?
I'll have her help with 8 of the smoke bombs, I guess.
I have 9 now in my possession.
Indeed. Thea, did you want to make smoke bombs of your own? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Alright, roll me a nature check for Thea. At normal.
1 or 8?
Well, how many hours do you want to spend making smoke bombs? Well, that's not a success.
This is basically just... Okay, I'll just basically have her doing this for. I assume we all have 8 hours to work with.
Sure.
Okay. So 1.
And you'll be taking a nap on your big brown bear.
That is also not a success. There we go. That's a success. Now roll 1d6 plus your intelligence modifier. Oh, well, that's not a success.
My mistake. I assumed you were going to say, and keep going.
So the 4th hour, you failed again.
Never assume. Wait until I finish talking. All right, so roll me 1d6 plus your plus Thea's intelligence modifier. Anytime. All right, so Thea has an additional 6 smoke bombs.
Nice.
I don't think I had any handy at the moment.
Varen will
Hey,
spend
Varen?
2 hours. Sorry, hold that thought.
Yep.
To make 2 separate potions. Sorry, 2 separate hack and leaf brews. And let's see if I can make them double or not. So let's see here. I'm in. Wait, that's only if what skill I'm proficient in. Am I proficient in medicine? No. Okay, so let's see how this goes. Check number 1.
Mm-hmm.
That is not a success. Check number 2. That's a success. So Varen gets 3 instead of 2 hack and leaf brews.
Cool.
Alright, now at 20, does anyone want 2 hack and leaf brews?
Sure.
Do you want 1 or 2?
I'll take 1, please, because I think I can have a total of 18.
Okay, who's taking it? Thea or Del?
Thea.
Alright, here you go, Thea. Adrian, did you want the other one or Del?
I have 16 with me already, so I think I'm good.
Alright, Del, do you want the last one?
Sure.
Alright,
I'll
hand
just
the last
hold on to it in general.
Yeah, I'll just hand the last one to Del. Alright, but I still have quite a few items left, but we can worry about that another day. Would you all like to turn in for a long rest?
Sure thing.
Varen will, within the range of non-detection, he's going to apply some camouflage to his body, settle in at the base of a tree, wink at the rest of you, and vanish with a 33 stealth check. Take you hide plain sight. There's no smell to him, there's no sound of him, there's no sight of him. He's just gone. As though he teleported away. Alright.
That sounds like a good idea. Can Thea hide too?
No. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm yanking your chain.
Don't worry, guys. We'll watch you. And you can pull in anything that comes looking.
There's a 28 stealth check for Thea. Varen and Thea seem very well not here. And scrolling down. Okay. Day 116. There is no wind. There is no precipitation. And it is, once again, a very brisk 40 degrees.
Oh, it feels like a very brisk 40 degrees.
I'm not giving you inspiration. I'm not... Okay, take an inspiration. With the trail revealed, we won't need to backtrack this time. Or sorry, we won't need to track this time. Adrian, do you want us to maintain the same marching order? He stepped away, apparently. Thea, what is your passive perception, please?
17. Confirmed. 17.
Thank you. Adrian, what is Dell's? While we wait for Adrian.
Wait, Adrian, what is Dell's?
Well, I didn't know you were back. Dell, what is your passive perception? What is your passive perception?
21 for Dell. Sorry.
21?
Yes.
Wait, what?
Adrian.
21 for Dell, 16 for Adrian.
16.
Too many people talking.
Sorry.
16 for Adrian, 17 for Thea, 21 for Del, 27 for Varen. 16. Thank you, Adrian. Del, I assume that with the new day, you are going to take some time and give us a bit of an inspiring speech.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we're still stocked up from the last one. It lasts until you actually take the damage.
No, it lasts until you take damage or take a short or long rest. A creature can't gain temporary hit points from its feet again until it has finished a short or long rest. Oh wait, no, that's something else I'm reading.
Yeah.
Fair enough. In that case, yeah, you're right. It stands.
Yeah.
Alright, in that case, Del, you wake up this day 116, looking about, stretching. It's very, very pleasant, despite the cold, to be back among the trees. While Thea and Adrian are starting to come out, well, Thea from her hiding place, and Adrian is kind of like figuring out which straps to go where, and it's early morning. Del, you feel as though out of nowhere, a touch on your left shoulder, and Varen whispers, "Southwest of us, smoke in the air. You can just see it through the leaves." And Del,
You can say that to my face and not kill me or take away my hit points.
Sorry, force the habit. Del, you look in the direction. They're barely visible through the trees. You do see a couple of lines of smoke as if from campfires.
So
just
probably hobgoblins?
Just as a reminder, Crusovians are coming from this direction. We see smoke in that direction.
Oh. I thought we... Okay.
While Del suffers from a brief heart attack, Adrian and Thea Varen will share the information with the rest of you as he slides out from beneath his woodland cover. I don't know if it's much, but there does seem to be a presence of someone camping southwest of us, a couple of miles away. Wrong button.
And I guess I misunderstood what we're trying to do, but to the southwest is where we expect the Crusovians to be?
No.
That was already clear.
Crusovians are coming from the northeast, and in the polar opposite direction we see smoke trail.
Okay. Sorry, somehow when you tried to clarify that earlier, I heard something entirely different where never mind.
Varen will glance in that direction, and let's see.
I think somebody needs to go back to sleep.
Don't go back to sleep. You're not fully awake yet. 6 mile radius in my favorite terrain. Thank you, Primeval Awareness. So that's basically a range of 2 hexes. Let me get this one, circle. 3 mile, 6 mile. Let's turn on Linger. Here we go. Huh. This is somewhat unusual. I don't detect any aberrations or celestials or dragons or fiends or fae or undead or elementals. So whatever's ahead of us must be something somewhat mundane. Like hobgoblins, maybe.
I'd love to kill me some hobgoblins.
It has been a couple of days. Adrian, how do you want us to proceed?
Quietly and cautiously.
Do you want to proceed as a group or have anyone scout ahead?
I think we're the best scout that we got. Varen.
I'm sorry, you kind of cut out for a second there, sir. Try again.
Sorry. We should send Varen out. Because he can definitely be quiet, scout ahead, and be pretty fast about it.
Varen has just started climbing onto the back of the elk, and at your words, he'll go, I guess I'm going on foot. Slide off. Do me a favor. Move 3 miles southwest of here while I go ahead and see what I can find.
Will do.
So real quick, I'm going to... Okay. Mouse button work. There we go. Alright, so we're going to move the group token here. And then... Varen travel token there. So we travel together for 1 hour as a group, and then Varen is going to slide off the trail and into the woods to take advantage of his, let's see, Natural Explorer feature, which lets me travel stealthily at a normal pace. Are the rest of you going to switch to a stealthy pace or stay where you are?
I don't think it's necessary for us to go stealthy just yet.
Okay, so you're gonna stay where you are? Oh, nat 1. Varen slides off the trail, and there's an immediately loud crack as something breaks under his foot. He says, oh, come on, and then he'll use his bonus action to...
Not his finest moment.
Oops, I rolled it twice. Wow, 2 nat 1s in a row? There's a crack as branches crack underfoot. Oh, that was a bone.
Best to just get that out of the way.
Right? Alright. There we go, with a dirty 20. Varen's after a couple of branches cracking and leaves rustling, all of a sudden it's quiet in the forest again. Adrian, how do you want to do this? Do you want to stay here for an hour, 2 hours? What do you want to do?
I want to stay here until Varen comes back.
What if Varen sends a message, like with Animal Messenger? Would that be enough to convince you?
That would do enough to convince me to proceed in stealth.
Very well. Which, bearing in mind stealth travel, means that you have to go at a slower pace. Which means it would take you a little bit more than an hour to catch up.
Still, better be safe than sorry.
Noted. Alright. Let's see here. Let's see if it wouldn't be better for Varen to send a messenger or for Varen to go himself. Animal Messenger. Here we go. Message of up to 25 words. Okay. So let me take a look here. So first off, Varen is going to spend an hour traveling, leaving no trail thanks to Vanish. And let's see, traveling alone, stealthy pace, so normal pace. So he's going to travel quietly for 1 hour. Tracking, good. And he can be tracking and alert to danger at the same time. Oh, excuse me. So, let's see what he can figure out. Survival for tracking. 36 is a good survival check. So let me pull up my notes. Excuse me 1 second. That is going to be too much information to share in an animal message. Okay. So,
paraphrasing.
Yeah, I did.
Or shorthand.
So 1 hour to get there. A couple minutes. 2 hours after Varen disappears, he returns. Okay. There is a walled outpost ahead. It's definitely got hobgoblins in it. No, I haven't killed any of them yet. There only seems to be a small token force there. They're not a great number. However, they do have quite a few big people with them. And if... Big? Yeah, like really... Okay, perhaps I should clarify. The walls of this compound are about 30 feet tall.
and I could see the heads of people standing above them. Big heads.
Like one eye big heads or two eye big heads?
2 eyes.
Okay.
As I said, there's definitely hobgoblins there. I couldn't get too close, so I don't know what was going on inside, but I did get close enough to hear. Well, I might be wrong. Actually, you know what? Let's do an insight check for Varen. Let's see if he can intuit what might be inside. Insight check, go! Whoa.
Can you help him?
I will accept that. Roll me 1d4, please, Del.
I was trying to get it in there for a second, but I was trying to catch the spell.
So it'll be a total of 22.
Oh, that did nothing.
That's still higher.
Let me unhelpfully help you.
Valid. Thanks, Del. I really appreciate you jogging my memory there. I'm pretty sure they have prisoners. Slaves. I might be wrong, but they might have children.
Do you know of what race?
Couldn't see over the walls to find out. I could have tried to get close, but there's nowhere to hide.
But you could definitely sense that they had slaves with them.
I mean, general sound of whip cracks and crying out of mercy.
Well, do you have any of those things with you that you could like see above a certain height, almost like a flying eye?
I think you had all those.
What were those things called?
Potions of clairvoyance, I think.
Clairvoyance. Yes, I have one left.
Did you want
We
to use
could definitely use it when we get closer to the encampment.
it? So how do you want to do this?
Let's all stealth. Go in quietly. I would probably suggest leave our mounts behind.
Including crutches?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just play it
Do we want to like hobble these creatures or something to make sure they don't get?
Varen will... wait, who's
Hungry?
suggesting that? Del or Thea?
Yeah.
Varen will look at you kind of like, you want to hobble creatures loaned to us by a creepy fey hunter spirit.
Okay, maybe I missed something. I just didn't want them to start eating each other.
I think
Crutches has been trained quite a bit not to go around eating something he's not told to eat.
I think they'll be okay. Maybe.
The only thing I'm worried about is I don't want the big bear playing with my spider.
I mean, they can both climb. All right, so we're going to proceed at stealth. So, that means, let's see, it's going to take an hour to go 2 miles. Call it, I'm not going to do the math, I don't want to. So, what time would we have started traveling, Adrian? 4 in the morning? 8 in the morning?
More like 8. More like 8 in the morning.
So it took you an hour to get there, 2 hours for Aaron to go and come back. 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's 11 at daytime right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's going to be high noon to get there. Let me adjust something real quick before I move us to the battle map.
That's fine by me. They're probably going to be busy with lunch plans.
Okay. Right. Moving you to the battle map. Please... Yeah, go ahead and give me stealth checks, please. Adrian with a 22. Varen with a 30.
Dale's gonna cast guidance on himself.
Valid. Alright, and a D4. So 19. Good job, Del.
Guidance is not doing much.
To be fair, it's a
Following the
cantrip.
rest.
And for Thea. Wow, the ranger's the quietest one. Alright, despite having rolled 2 nat 1s earlier. Shush, we don't talk about that. Alright, Adrian, which direction do you want to approach the compound from? North, northeast, or east?
I'm thinking
Do
north.
we have any?
Sorry?
Did Varen have any information for us as far as what's on what side?
Good point. Let me double check my notes. So as you travel, Varen's going to confer the following information. As soon as I do some math. So give me 1 second, please.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little confusing. Oops, I'm gonna have to delete that out later. It's a little confusing. There's a lot of tracks in the area. However, there's definitely, let's see, 51 hobgoblins in the area. I could pick up their smell easily enough, and I could find their medium-sized footprints. There are 8 large-sized creatures. However, at least 2 of them did not leave footprints. They more left big, well, kind of like swaths in their wake. Kind of like a snake trail,
Like a
but not
track.
quite a snake. What?
Yeah.
And about 5 huge footprints. Or 5 huge creatures.
So
There is at least one beast there. One huge-sized beast. Thea, you were trying to ask a question.
yeah, to kind of clarify what I was trying to ask, I was more trying to get an idea as far as like whether there's anything as far as like coverage of trees or a hole in a wall on one particular side.
No holes.
Or-
The walls are 30 feet tall, and they are well-maintained, well-structured. I wasn't able to do a full circumference around the walls, but from what I could tell, they're in good repair. There are trees leading up towards the compound. However, there's a big open space between the trees and the walls. There's a road that leads from the gate to the... there's a walkway that leads from the gate north to the road. And I'm going to start moving some tokens on here, so give me 1 second.
Okay. So if they have a road on one particular side, I imagine they'd watch that side closely.
Most likely.
So do you still want to approach from the north, Adrian?
I still want to approach from the north.
Okay.
Where they're probably watching closely?
Yeah, but I want to check to see if there's any advantage points.
Okay.
Alright, so I've got the tokens on. Let me zoom in here before I put us on the map. Bearing in mind that it is high noon, so if we move out from cover, we're going to be visible. Okay?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and come on, there we go. Okay, and now I'm going to focus ping, and then I'll move us all to the map.
Okay.
So bear with 1 second. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Wrong button. There we go. This button. Yay, I found the right button. There we go. Oh, Adrian, I don't have your health bar. Let's see if this works.
Bloop.
Haha, it
Bloop.
worked. Alright,
Haha.
so we are currently hidden. All of us. This button. I'm going to zoom out a long ways. So to our west, you should see the trail that leads to the main road. Or sorry, the main trail. There is this very tall tree. It's maybe 50 to 60. It's a little hard to tell. There's maybe about 60 feet of climbable tree. Past that point, the branches are getting really thin. Probably not safe to climb.
Okay.
There's a tree here. Maybe I'll just use this. So tree this way, down here, and there's something shiny and metal and bowl-like down there. And there's a large, fat person sitting under the tree. By large, I mean very big, giant, big.
Like a really big, cheeky fellow.
Indeed. And then over to here is the outer walls, which you can actually see through a bit of a gate here, where there are a few hobgoblins on watch. And you might even be able to see right here on top of the walls, several hobgoblins on the walls, kind of doing a patrol and being on alert.
Okay. So, Varen, do you think it would be really weird if there was a really large fog cloud that came rolling in?
Probably not. But I will say, they do have prisoners. They're being guarded at all times. Slaves, probably. If we kick up a ruckus, it's entirely possible that they might just kill the slaves rather than let their slaves be captured or freed.
Well, really depends on the ruckus.
I suppose. Do you want a fog cloud?
Would that cause a ruckus?
I mean, fog at noon? I don't know.
Do we...
I'm just saying I would have used darkness, but I think darkness is a little too distracting.
That would stand out.
Fog.
Yeah. Theo or Del?
Do we...
Go ahead.
Yeah, do we maybe have a few minutes? That Del might be able to ritual cast a spell to get an idea?
The longer we stay right here, ritual cast? I'm gonna say no, not from this position.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that ritual casting a spell will gather some awareness of our presence.
Yeah, because you have to like beat drums and chant or something with a ritual spell.
Well, it's more like it takes 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure that would get someone's attention. Alright, so, Adrian, I assume you want us to, under cover of fog, infiltrate and try to find the prisoners and liberate them before we kick up a ruckus? Am I guessing too much, or what?
Well, I mean, we are all stealthed out right now. If we give ourselves a little bit of cover, like a fog, that might raise a couple eyebrows, raise a couple, suspicious minds of some kind, but that would still at least get us closer than having to just stand out like a sore thumb.
And how do you propose we get the people out once we get ourselves in?
What do you mean get ourselves? Wait, say that again.
What do you want to do? What do you want to accomplish with the fog cloud?
Oh, get closer to the gate so that we can get in and start taking people out.
Okay. So probably my maximum strength fog cloud is not necessarily required here. Although that would blanket check. Oops.
I would assume that would blanket almost all the way up to the gate.
I'm checking.
You're
Stand by.
Really large cloud. But...
I'm checking.
I wonder if you could put it throughout the entire fort.
I'm checking. Stand by. As I said. Alright.
Sorry.
So, checking the size here. If I use my maximum strength fog cloud, yes, it would blanket the entirety of the fortress or outpost.
Okay. Now, I'm also wondering, based on spell rule and everything, but if I were to say use an arrow from my quiver and attach the spell darkness on that arrow, I could then shoot it and then have it activate as soon as it touches down somewhere by the castle, or is that a complete no, that's not even part of the rules?
That's not how that works. So you would take out an arrow, cast darkness on it, and then on your next turn, shoot it.
Well, basically, is what I was trying to get at. I'm allowed to touch it on an object and then, put that object somewhere, but the spell itself is attached to that object.
Yes.
Okay. That's basically what I was trying to get at. Sorry if it was confusing.
No worries. Varen is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. First thing Varen's going to do, 4th level, long strider. Varen is going to grab up a handful of dirt, very soft, rich, moist dirt, mutter a quick chant, and slap a bit of dirt onto everyone's backs as he uses a 4th level spell slot and casts Long Strider. So everyone gets a +10 to their movement speed.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
That's for Delphia, Adrian, and Varen. And then Varen will also eat a Fleetfoot Leaf. Wrong thing here.
And Thea's gonna take a Clear Eye Berry.
Advantage on dexterity-based attacks for 1 minute. Do you want to eat it right away, or do you want to hold it for now? And eat it right before combat starts?
Yeah, something like that. Kind of like basically, as we're about to get into it, that's when I'll take it.
Okay. Ow, my eye. Alright, so Adrian, ate a Fleetfoot Leaf. Sorry about that. Alright, Adrian. So, real quick. There's prisoners inside. You want us to get inside under cover of fog cloud, find the prisoners, and just kill all the monsters inside, and keep the prisoners safe somehow?
Somehow.
I'm going to turn and look at Del.
Entirely, but...
Who has the amulet thing?
Thea.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't it make more sense to get people out of danger before we start making a fuss?
That might be good. I mean...
It's going to be real difficult given the fact that it's, noon.
Yes, but...
I forget, can we kind of manage where we send them with the amulet of the plains, or is it fairly random?
You can find the handout in your journal. Somewhere.
Should we do Let's Get Help?
What?
You can use an action to name a location that you are familiar with on another plane of existence. Do we know of any safe place on a different plane of existence?
Well...
Oh, there was the pit of hell.
Well, you can use it to move people and then move them back to another plane of existence. It'll take 2 turns, but you can do that. That's an option. I'm not saying it's a good option. I'm just saying if you want us to go in there and try and start freeing people, I don't have a problem with that. But do you have a plan for how do we get people away from danger before they start paying the cost while we free them? Because there are big people inside, and even as Varen says this, there's a rumbling in the ground as someone apparently takes a few steps inside the compound. Really big people inside.
What about, like, an ethereal plane? Can I basically just send them to a plane of just vacant openness? Survivable vacant openness.
I mean, sure, I don't know, I'm not a planes expert.
Well, would it be... trying to think of the right word, but would it be a horrible idea if we waited for the Crusovian army to come up and be on the east side of the castle, causing a big stir or distraction, and
well, how long?
Then that way the 4 of us could sneak in the north side?
Adrian, as you mentioned this and gestured towards the east side by way of demonstration, you managed to draw our attention to the approach of some creatures from out of the woods to the east. Hang on. I'm drawing a line. Right about
if
here.
we wait for the army, I think that basically guarantee the alarm.
I have no idea what you're saying. You're cutting in and out. Try again, please.
Sorry, I was saying if we wait for the to come, I think that'll guarantee the alarm will go off before we have a chance to get the prisoners out to safety.
If I understand you correctly, you're saying that waiting for the Crusovians is not a good idea. Is that about right?
I would not think so, no.
Okay, thank you. Adrian, Thea, Del, Baron, we all see there are 4 gnolls approaching from the east. Where is their carriage? There it is. Let's see how they do on this. They're trying to approach quietly. It looks like they're going to...
I mean, we just...
Sorry?
Oh, I was just going to make a joke and say, well, maybe we should ask those gnolls over there if they have a better idea.
I don't think...
You know, the ones coming from the east.
Yeah, and they're actively pulling out weapons as they're trying to sneak up. Baron will look over at you, Adrian. I think we're about to get into a fight.
Yeah. Perhaps we'll take care of these guys and then come up with a better idea.
If we get into a fight with gnolls, we're going to be revealed right away.
Yeah.
How about...
Well, the gnolls are coming towards us.
Not towards us, they're approaching the compound. Sorry, what was that, Thea?
Thea's gonna jump in real quick. Varen, what if you basically just cast Fog Cloud over the fort itself to block all vision around that area? And then we'll just try to sneak in, get the prisoners, and either walk out, or if really necessary, I can try to jump them out with the amulet of planes.
I'm okay with that. Adrian?
Sounds good to me.
Varen will turn and point. Actually, let me do this real quick. Put this in the chat. Okay, I have a range of 120 feet with this. So let's see how close I need to be. Zooming way out. Okay. Measuring stick. I need to get to here.
Like I said, one of the other ideas is you could just cast it to an arrow. We can then get as close as possible, and then you send that arrow to where you need it to be. And then we just go on in.
Sorry, Varen is going to... Give me 1 second, Adrian.
Ooh.
Let's see. That's a 90-foot distance that he has to travel in order to cast Fog Cloud. Oops. Get back there. And my movement speed currently is 55. So that would take me 2 turns to get there.
Yeah.
Not dashing. I could get there in 1 turn if I dash, but then I'll cast Fog Cloud on the 2nd turn. Ooh, I could also...
Unless you want to just shoot your arrow all the way over there.
I can't cast Fog Cloud on an arrow. I have to choose a point.
Oh.
Not like darkness. Varen is going to lower down and crawl. So that's 55 with dash. So basically, by crawling, I can go 55 feet.
Okay.
50. Oops, too far. That's with dash and bonus action hide. Bonus action. Vanish. Maybe. Possibly. Oh, that's weird. What's going on here? Alright, so it's an 18. I have a weird thing happening on my screen. I don't know what's going on. Let's do this. Passive perception. Okay. Alright, so that's Varen's action and bonus action. Thea, what do you want to do? We're not in initiative yet.
Okay. I will stealth
Okay.
or hide, basically.
Nice.
And Varen has not cast any kind of fog cloud yet.
No,
right?
he's not. He's not within range.
How tall is the grass? Can I kind of like sneak through the grass, or is it short grass?
You can crawl in it. With a 36, I will say that you can crawl through it, and you should be, hopefully, not detected.
Okay, yeah, so I use my bonus action to stealth. I think I'll use my action to kind of dash crawl through the grass.
Okay. So if you dash, that means you can move at your normal speed while crawling.
Yeah.
So whatever your speed is now, I don't know. Okay.
It should be 45 because you cast the
Long strider.
long strider.
Adrian,
And are we? So
Go
we're not
ahead.
in initiative, but we're still kind of playing with the action economy, right? So I can't take more than one action.
Correct.
Okay.
Adrian, you notice that the gnolls have pulled out their weapons and they're still trying to approach quietly. They've moved 30 feet towards the outpost. What do you want to do, sir?
And wait, they're heading towards the outpost?
Yes, they seem to be approaching it stealthily. Actually, Adrian, give me investigation or history, your choice.
Let's see. Which one am I more proficient with?
I don't know.
Investigation is there. History. Let's do investigation.
Fingers crossed.
Please, in that one.
Well, it's not in that one. Do you have an inspiration point?
I do have an inspiration point, but I was kind of hoping that I could save that for something later on.
Do you want to use it or no?
I'll use it.
All right, roll that investigation check one more time. So we go with the 15. Adrian, these gnolls are likely a type of a probing force to see how strong this fortification is. Which means if they get back to their compatriots will know this is going to be an easy nut to crack open and feast on anyone inside.
Also to the hostages.
Anyone inside.
Yeah.
What would you like to do, sir?
Like to find a way to stop them. Maybe I could distract them somehow.
I mean, you could also just kill them.
I could.
That would be a distraction. What would you like to do, sir?
Let's see. How far away are they?
A ways.
Let's see.
From you specifically, they are 280 feet.
Oh, no. I definitely need to get a little bit further. Or a little bit closer, I mean.
Yeah. Given your stealth check previously, which was honestly not a bad stealth check, I'm double checking what it was.
22.
Okay, you can attempt, as Adrian and Thea are doing, to crawl and make your approach. If you dash, then you move at your current normal movement speed.
Well, let's see.
Just don't get too
If I
close to the wall.
crawl, if I crawl,
Mm-hmm.
how fast do I move when I crawl?
At half your normal speed.
Half my normal.
So
Well,
if your normal speed is 30 and you want to crawl, then you can only move 15 feet. 30 if you dash. And if you have expeditious retreat going, then you can also do that.
that's true too. Let's see. Guys are out over there. If I move this way, they're probably not even going to notice me.
I don't know. Which way is this way?
Pretty much if I move over in this direction,
Are you
going
to crawl or walk?
Walk, because I'm still at a 22 of stealth.
Yes, so what that would result in, if you stand up and walk, you will be unheard, but you'll be completely visible for anyone who looks in your direction.
Oh yeah.
Which would, if anyone looks in your direction, they'll see you.
Yeah.
Do you want to
But
walk?
I'm basically trying to make my way down to this tree over here.
Okay. You can crawl and dash, and possibly expeditious retreat dash. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something like that so I can get myself all the way over there.
Indeed. Alternatively, you could just walk there and reveal your presence in ours.
I'll just use a bonus action of expeditious retreat.
Noted. I'll mark you as concentrating.
Okay, so now I'll have to zoom back in so I can get a hold of my character better.
And while he's doing that, Del, get ready because you're up next after Adrian finishes his move.
Okay, let's see. Got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. It's 35 so far. 40, 45, 50. That's one of my movement complete speed. And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Whoops, that backtracked a little bit. That's 40. I really need to get myself a new mouse.
No comment.
45, 50. Okay, now for expeditious retreat.
Quick question: are you dashing or are you are you walking or crawling?
Walking.
So you're fully exposed right now.
Yeah. Shush. I'm concentrating here. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Just on a brisk walk here. Nobody needs to know nothing.
Thea, roll me 1d6.
45, 50. There we go.
What the? Okay, that's an interesting position for the dice to land on. Adrian, for the moment, it doesn't seem as though you've been spotted. There's been no outcry.
Okay, good.
Alright, so was that your movement, your dash, and your expeditious retreat?
That was my movement, my dash, and my bonus action.
Nice. Del, what would you like to do?
Oh, I forgot to make mention to you. I do not have my shield on.
Okay.
But I am with my bow.
You switched up your weapon platform again. Very well.
Yes.
Del, what would you like to do? I don't have my shield on. I only have an armor class of 21. Sorry, Del, go ahead.
Del. What is Del gonna do?
I totally forgot to offer you the chance to use your potion of clairvoyance. I apologize, Adrian.
No, I was contemplating going back and forth.
Fair enough.
Thinking, should I use it? Should I not? Should I use it? Should I not?
I think Dell's going to use an action to hide and basically try to just kind of walk here, kind of trying to keep this tree between him and the hobgoblins that were mentioned to the south.
Okay. Alright, so let's
whatever you do, don't step on a twig.
Fingers crossed.
Nat 1. Snap.
15.
Snap.
And did Dell crawl or walk?
Walk.
Alright. Adrian, roll me 1d6.
Behind the tree! Behind the tree!
Alright, thank you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Alright, in that case, we're going to move to Varen. Still crawling. Come on. Take an action to dash. And I am now within range, but I used my action. And... okay. Thea, what would you like to do?
I will interaction take a Fleetfoot Leaf.
Okay.
Not interaction. Bonus action. I assume I cannot interaction.
No, we've covered this before. You need to use your action to eat a Fleetfoot
Yeah.
Leaf.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll fix that. I'll action take the Fleetfoot Leaf
There you
and bonus action dash as I stay hidden, crawling through the grass.
Perfect.
And that will give me 55 feet of movement.
There you go. Anything else for you, Thea?
I think I will interaction take out my bow.
You would have used an interaction to pull out the Fleetfoot Leaf.
The Fleetfoot Leaf. No. Given that we talked earlier about her kind of being prepared with the Clear Eye Berry, can I assume she would have taken that by now?
I would say that this is now probably a very good time to take it. Well, you'll need an action to take it, is the problem. So I'll offer you a choice. Do you want to take the Fleetfoot Leaf now, or do you want to take the Clear Eye now?
I'll take the Fleetfoot.
Okay. And then I would say, you probably have the Clear Eye in hand, ready to go on your next turn. Adrian?
Yeah.
The gnolls have moved
Yes.
forward to this
Yeah.
position. What would you like to do, sir? It is now your quasi turn.
Well, let's see.
And Del, get ready.
Is my... okay. Where I'm at, I'm literally behind the tree. I just need to move around, and I should be in view.
What is your passive perception again, sir?
16.
Okay. I'm going to put a ping on the map. Do you see where that ping is, Adrian?
I just barely.
Okay. You can see a patrolling hobgoblin there. He's looking to the northeast, not towards you or the gnolls. What do you want to do, sir?
Well, let's see. If my geography is right. 5, 10, 15. Oh, stupid mouse. Oh, no. Come on. Get off of that.
I have you at 20 feet of movement there.
That right there should be my 50.
20 and 15. Okay, I will take your word for it because you're moving your token. So that's 50 feet of movement. Are you still walking then?
Yes.
Okay.
I should be within range to hit the gnolls.
I mean, do you have a sharpshooter?
I do not.
Okay, So range for the longbow, I believe, without sharpshooter, is normal range is, I believe, 120 feet. No, 150 feet.
Each weapon.
150 feet. So you actually don't even have to move to shoot at them, sir.
I don't.
Nope. Your biggest concern is cover.
Yeah. My biggest concern was cover. So
do you see the green line I've drawn for you?
I'm gonna move my character back to where I was originally.
That's fair.
Which is basically where the arrow is.
Indeed. So. Now, I have a question. Do you want to attack them now, or do you want to wait to attack them until you see Baron cast Fog Cloud?
I kind of want to get their attention so that they're kind of coming towards me.
I will be perfectly frank with you, Adrian. If you shoot now, you will alert everyone on the map. Whether you hit or miss.
That I can't. I'll wait for the mist.
Okay.
Or the fog cloud.
In that case, you are readying an action to attack as soon as, and your trigger is the fog cloud.
Yes.
Noted. Thank you, Adrian.
And I will be using regular arrows, not lightning arrows.
Noted. Del, you're hidden in the tree for now. What would you like to do, sir?
Working on it. I want to use my channel divinity.
Ooh. Cloak of Shadows, you become invisible until the end of your next turn.
I'll move one of those.
Okay. So on your at the end of your next turn, you will become visible again. You're aware of that yet? So this is a 6-second invisibility.
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure you were aware of that. So that's your action. Did you want to move anywhere, Del?
I moved there.
Wow.
We got to fix his speed after you gave him the trader, so it should be 40 feet.
There you go. All right. Is everyone ready?
I completely forgot I had this.
What is this? You could have used it the whole time.
I could have used this.
Good job, Adrian. All right. Varen still laying down. You hear him murmur and mutter, and you feel the earth, the moisture in the earth suddenly turn cold against you. As Varen is going to cast Fog Cloud at 5th level. This is maximum strength Fog Cloud. Everyone, please roll for me initiative. Aw, 12 for Varen.
Thea! You felt good!
Nat 20 initiative for Thea. Minus 10, I believe, for Thea's reflexes, yes?
Yes.
Thank you.
It does suck.
25 minus 10 is 15. Gotta scroll down, way down. Where is Thea? There you are. Thea 25, Thea 15. Adrian, I don't see you on the tracker yet. Have you rolled? Ah, there it comes.
Yes, I'm on a 12.
Excellent. You're right there with Varen. Would you like to go in front of Varen or after Varen? Oh, and I also need you to use your reaction if you want to use it. Because I cast Fog Cloud.
Yes, I want to use my reaction because you cast Fog Cloud.
What happened here? Give me 1 second.
And I'll go after Varen.
Noted. Give me 1 second, please.
Yeah.
Okay. I apologize. There was a slight issue with an initiative score. Here we go. There we go. Basically, I noticed that they somehow managed to put a person in with a 4-digit initiative score.
What?
Adrian, fog cloud appears blanketing the entire fort from view. You may use your reaction to target and shoot one of those gnolls. Who would you like to shoot, sir?
Let's see. The way they were stacked, I will shoot the closest one, which is the northeast one.
Excellent. Take the shot. That is 17 to hit, which is a hit for 6 damage. Alright, now we are going to proceed in initiative order. Thea, fog cloud has appeared. What would you like to do? I assume eat your clear eye. Thea?
That was a thought. I will start my bonus action, kind of dash crawling there.
Okay. And standing up will cost half of your movement.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Okay, well, that'll happen. That leaves me with 30 odd feet of movement if I dash again.
Come again?
Was this gate open as we approached?
No, it's
earlier?
closed.
Oh, okay, I thought it was open because we saw through it. Okay. I will...
Adrian, did you remember to click on your token when you rolled initiative?
Yes.
Why don't I see you in the initiative? Sorry, Thea, go ahead.
Computer kind of glitched a little bit.
Thea? You bonus action dash.
I will...
Oh wait, you have the... sorry, I'm so sorry. You have the athlete feat.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's a good, excellent catch. Thank you. I will put that up just for reference.
Thank you.
So I will action dash, and instead of taking my clear eye berry, I will action dash and stand up. That leaves me 50 feet of movement. I'm going to come over here and I want to climb up the wall.
Using second story work.
Yes. And this, of course, moving still stealthily.
Yes, for the moment.
That will be... What was that? Basically 15 plus 30, 45.
Sure.
Yeah, that's basically all my movement and gets me on top of the wall.
Okay. You see nothing, and you see, you see vague shapes in the fog. So that was your action. Wait, did you use your action? I forgot. Ow.
Yeah, that's my second dash.
Second dash. Okay.
The kind of
Bonus action
my
dash.
first
Action
one
dash.
was kind of crawling to the ground.
Okay.
Did we have any idea? I mean, especially since now, like on my map, at least it's kind of revealed the camp, the fort. Is there any? Do you have any way of recognizing or knowing where the hostages are?
No. Everything's in fog. Heavy obscurity. And bearing in mind, Varen was not able. Bearing in mind, Varen was not able to get close enough to the wall earlier to try and figure out the interior map. He was only able to roughly map the exterior.
Which is better than nothing.
True. And for reference, the heavily obscured areas such as darkness, opaque fog, or dense foliage blocks vision entirely. You are effectively suffering the blind condition. But you do have blind sense. So within that little pale blue aura, you can sense creatures that come within it as long as you can hear.
That is really big fog cloud.
Uh-huh.
if I got advantage on an attack, and with blind sense, would that kind of counter, or would blind sense allow advantage
No,
to basically activate sneak attack?
No, blind sense will only let you detect the presence and location of a creature. It won't give you advantage. It's not blind sight. Right now, if you were to attack a creature, you'd be attacking it normal, because you can't see them, they can't see you.
Okay. Yeah, that's the end of her turn.
Okay. In that case, this token is out of position. Let's do this. Alright, there we go. So, Adrian, from where you are, you should be able to... Actually, let me zoom over to you. Thank you, Thea, for your turn. Alright. There we go. Adrian, down to the southwest, one of those large, fat, humanoid-ish creatures lumbers up to a standing position, yelling out something in a British tongue. Oops, what's going on here? First off, let's make sure I'm grabbing the right one. I am not grabbing the right one. Okay, grabbing this one. Going to here for movement and then action dash. Too far. There. Okay, now next fellow. I just thought of something. He doesn't get to do anything because he is surprised. I know what I'm doing. Put him back. He does not do anything. He does not say anything. He doesn't stand up. Nothing. Everyone's just kind of like, fog? What? Where'd that come from? Surprised. Hey Thea! It's Thieves' Reflexes time.
Would I hear the voices of the prisoners in any particular direction?
That's an excellent question, and I'm so glad you asked. Because you would hear voices, especially cheering children voices and lamenting women, in that direction.
And just to check, I don't also hear them in that direction then. I do not.
Not anything... What is your passive perception?
17.
No.
Okay. So what I will start to do is I will start my climb down.
Okay.
That'll be about 30 feet of movement.
Correct. Again, utilizing that athlete's feet. Ow, my ankles.
And there, then there, and I think as I sense
You sense
something rather
a living
large.
presence, and it's breathing rather loudly.
I will move. Oh wait, how far was that?
Great question.
25 plus 30, that's 55. Okay, so that's my base movement.
Mm-hmm. You're currently not detected, I think.
I will bonus action dash this way. And
Well-
kind of keeping him on my periphery. What?
What was your passive perception? What was your stealth check? There we go.
Second. I know it was good. Yeah, that's
36.
down. Yes.
Alright, proceed. Thank you.
I will move kind of there. No, there. Dang it, come on, do this right. There. Then there. And there.
I love how you're saying there, but
This
I
is
don't
kinda-
actually see where you're moving until you release the token.
Basically, I'm kind of skirting around.
The big thing?
40. Yeah. Around the big thing to where it's hearing the voices.
Okay.
Using my blind sense.
You feel you run up to a wooden palisade of thickly cut rolling logs. On the other side, you can hear tearful and fearful voices, and you can sense multiple people inside, even within the short range of your blind sense. Anything else for you, Thea? That was your bonus action and your movement. You still have your action, I believe.
And I still have about 10 feet of movement left.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
Would I be able to get open over this palisade?
Technically speaking, you don't know how tall it is, because you can't see. But you can always start climbing.
Yeah, so I'll kind of climb up it.
You climb up, and about 10 feet up, your hands find empty air. Apparently, it's only 10 feet tall.
Okay. I will use my action to dash again.
Nice.
And quietly, if I get close enough to anyone, I kind of want to try to basically calm them or, caution them not to freak out.
Can you give me an idea of what Theo would say in this circumstance?
I would whisper, I'm here to help. Don't make a noise.
Because I'm
I
going
don't
to
know about you, but that sounds a little creepy.
Because I'm going to be adding music, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and say it at normal volume.
Oh, okay. So yeah, basically I would whisper, like, if I get within kind of arm's reach of anyone,
Sure.
I would,
Say, don't
I probably
scream.
wouldn't be able to do that without an action. But basically I'd soothingly whisper in the ear, keep quiet, I'm here to help, I'm here to get you out.
Give me a persuasion check at disadvantage. And actually, before you do so, please put in the chat what languages you speak.
Do we not even know who we're here to rescue? I just assumed it was like Crusovians or something.
We do not know who's in here. We just know they have prisoners.
This could go horribly, horribly bad. Languages. I'll go for common.
Okay.
Actually, before I say anything, do I recognize anything that's being said or kind of like any words?
You
from
did
these
hear a
people?
few words of Elvish.
Yeah, I'm very confused on that one because I thought Elvish was a dead language. Can I switch to speaking in Elvish?
You may.
And that's what I used to whisper, like, keep quiet, I'm here to help, I'm here to get you out.
Give me a persuasion check. At normal.
That doesn't... Okay.
Or go ahead, call for help. Ah, my eye.
Yeah, I just did.
There is a shocked silence that falls abruptly from some of the voices. Others seem a little bit more confused now rather than panicked. Like, wait, what's this voice kind of an attitude? Anything else for you, Thea? Ow. I think that was your movement, bonus, and action, yes?
Yeah, I suppose there's probably not enough time on our turn to basically ask how many people are in here.
No.
That would be next round.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Moving approach.
Ooh, you know what I can do?
What is that?
I can just move a little bit further into this as I kind of keep trying to calm people, and I can see how many people I sense with my blind sense.
Within the range of your blind sense, there's perhaps... Let me think. Call it about 25 to 30 living presences about you. Give or take.
Oh, that's not gonna work.
And we're
I
going to
can't
move...
really move that many.
Oops, I forgot something. We're going to move now to Varen as soon as I delete out Thieves' Reflexes. Delete. Alright, thank you, Thea. Varen is going to use half of his movement to stand up from prone, remembering that he saw a hobgoblin standing on the wall about here, who now cannot see Varen, but Varen has feral senses, which removes disadvantage from my attacks. I'm going to risk Sharpshooter on this fellow. He's not wounded, so I don't get Colossus Slayer. Darn it. Colossus, Sharpshooter. There we go. And fire.
Quietly.
22 minus 5 is 17 to hit. I'm going to put Foe Slayer on the damage.
What is Foe Slayer?
I will put that in the chat in one moment.
Okay.
So first off, 17 to hit. That's a hit. Alright, so 10 from Sharpshooter, 7 from the arrow, and 5 from Foe Slayer. So that's 12 and 10, that's 22 damage. Double what that hobgoblin past tense had. One shot, one kill.
Nice.
Double checking range. Oh, hey, look, that guy's in my range. Still with advantage, but no Foe Slayer this time. I will keep on Sharpshooter. (27 minus 5 is 22 to hit. 10 from Sharpshooter, 6 from the arrow is a total of 16. There he is. And that's 2 hobgoblins down. And go away, go away, go away, go away. There we go. And then Varen will move with a quick whispered, "Come on, Del, this is about to get fun."
This is where the fun begins.
And then bonus action, Varen's going to hide. Oop, at normal. There we go.
Hide!
With a 14. That's fantastic. Adrian, it is your turn, sir.
Pulling a few more arrows out of my quiver. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Are you targeting all of them at once, or just targeting all on the one null?
Let me kill one at a time.
Alright, let's just see how it goes then. Fire 1.
Still attacking the same knoll from my previous.
Noted. Ow.
And here we go.
Go.
1.
16 to hit is a hit.
Ooh, 12.
Is a hit for 12 damage. Whoa, what happened? There we go.
That was a hit.
That was a very solid hit for very solid damage.
Wow.
That was shot number 1, Adrian. Shot number 2, please, sir.
Oh, he's bloodied. I must have hit him in the heart. Just slightly, because he's still alive.
He's in pain. Most definitely in pain.
I'm going to go to the target to his left.
Noted.
And release an arrow.
Let's see it.
Oh, please.
It whistles into the air with 17 to hit, which does hit for another 12 damage.
Yikes!
And that guy is bloody. You see twin sprays of fountaining blood into the air.
Well, let me see if I can just finish off that guy to the left.
Not to the right? Okay. Take the shot. Shot number 3. 23 to hit for 8 damage. Not quite enough. Adrian,
What?
your fourth and final shot, sir.
I will go ahead and hit the guy on the right.
Switching targets on me.
Yep.
Then take the shot, sir.
Okay, here we go. Last and final shot.
Well, 27 will certainly hit. For 10 damage.
Oh, gosh.
Let me
A
check.
27 to hit. Wow.
I accept that. Come on. Sorry, what was that?
What?
I just realized something I really wish I'd done a while ago.
This creature is now very dead.
Well, that's good.
Adrian,
And
you have your movement and your bonus action, sir.
I do.
There's 1 dead gnoll and 2 wounded gnolls over there.
25, 30. I'm guessing that was 30. No, that's about 40 feet. Oh,
40 feet, correct. You have another 10 feet remaining thanks to
that's cool.
Longstrider.
Yep. Which, thank you, by the way.
You're welcome. You also have your expeditious retreat.
There's 50.
Okay.
So now I'm purposefully putting myself in the open.
Noted.
Just from trolls, anyway.
Yeah, everyone else is blind. For the moment.
Yep.
Right,
And let's see what they do.
did you want to bonus action dash anywhere or stand your ground?
Stand my ground.
Did you want to bonus action cast anything else? I don't know if greater invisibility is a bonus action cast, actually.
No, it is not.
Oh, very well. In that case, this creature is surprised. These creatures are surprised. Surprised. Somewhere in here is Dell. I'm relatively certain.
Hmm. I'm actually quite happy with all those shots.
Right?
4 shots in total. Oh, that's so cool.
Here you are, Dell. It is your turn, sir. At the end of this turn, you will turn visible once more. You're currently invisible, however.
I kind of completely forgot where Del there he is.
Allow me to
Allow me
I'm trying to like zoom out around the phone. I'm like, where the frick is he?
allow me to assist you. This is a very large map, FYI. Dell, with your very large dark vision, what would you like to do? You're currently invisible.
I think for a moment I will basically just have him action dash.
Okay,
That'll get him up to 80 feet of movement.
correct.
I get him into the fog.
Very nice. Anything else for you, Dell?
Oh fudge. I need to remember which spells require sight, but that is the end of his turn.
Okay. Dell, you regain visibility in an area where no one can see you. Alright, these guys are surprised. So are these guys. Top of the round. Round 2. We can... Sorry?
Round 2. Fight!
Right.
From Street Fighter.
Thea, you are up first. You are surrounded by some confusedly weeping women, some hopefully weeping women, and some terrified weeping women. And several children who are all whimpering and crying, and some of them are doing their best to quiet, and some of them just, well, no, they're children, and they've had enough of all this terror that they can stand.
And you're fresh out of handkerchiefs.
What are you gonna do?
Does she have one?
I'm gonna step back over here to the wall,
Okay.
and I basically want to see and try and like feel it out. Or can I use my bonus action to feel it out and see if there'd be basically any chance of me? I don't know if there's ropes I could cut or some way I could basically disassemble it enough just to get a door.
I would say I won't require this. Excuse me. I will say that just because you climbed up earlier, you definitely found various thick ropes that are holding these logs standing together.
Okay, and so it's not like they're completely sunk deep into the ground or something like that? Like, I get the feeling I could kind of cut a few loose and make a gap?
I mean, you could definitely cut a few loose. Whether or not you can make a gap is another thing entirely. But you do have a definite sense that you could start cutting. From what you recall, there's ropes near the top and the ropes near the bottom. If that makes sense.
Yes,
Well,
I think.
Rope this up quickly.
What you got, Thea?
I'm gonna have to go for an entirely different plan because this is just not working, I don't think.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with an action and take a bad eye berry that I really wish I'd taken earlier.
Okay, that is a 15-foot radius of blind sight. Wrong button.
Yes.
So I'm gonna put. There you go. How's that?
Yeah. And I'm assuming that lets me see basically that there's like 20 plus people around me.
Oh yeah, there's lots of women and children. They're in various stages of grief and crying, and it's a whole emotional roller coaster of a mess.
Yep.
That's your action. What else do you want to do? There you go. Made it easier to see.
Can I bonus action try to start cutting the ropes on this palisade?
I won't say cutting, but you could bonus action start untying.
I guess. May as well.
Alright, give me a sleight of hand check. Okay, well that is a use of reliable talent, and all of a sudden one of the base of those logs is suddenly very not secured. You've loosed one log. For perspective's sake, I would say that in order for people to start slipping out with ease, you would need to untie at least 2 logs.
Yeah.
Okay? Anything else for you, Thea?
Okay. I think that's all I can manage.
Alrighty then. In which case, we now turn to the big fellows in the south, who have just seen they have just seen a fog appear, gnolls start to approach, and then, lo and behold, a tasty-looking morsel appear. That would be you, Adrian.
Oh.
So this fellow is now going to stand up, crying out something brutish and confusing and uncertain because you don't speak the language. 15 feet, and then action to dash. Whoop, too far. There we go. And this guy is going to do the same. Adrian, you get a sense that these two are both saying, "Ooh, tasty, my snack, mine!" And you're not entirely sure if they're speaking of you or the gnolls.
I'll just have to sit back and wait and see.
Maybe, I just don't know. Alright, so where is this fellow? Okay.
Inspiration point.
Thank you, sir. Except I already have one, so if anyone's missing an inspiration point, they can have it.
Ooh, me.
Adrian, you somehow, weirdly, give yourself an inspiration point.
Classic.
Indeed. Come on. Where is it? I know I can find the button. It must be around here somewhere. Here it is. I found the button. Adrian, you recall there was... I'm sorry? What'd you say?
I said my plan is proceeding as I have foreseen.
You recall seeing down here what seemed to be a metal statue of a bull laying down in the grass near the tree. Well, that apparent statue of a bull is now going to stand up.
Oh no.
With a hideous clanging noise, it is going to dash. To here.
Ferdinand 2.0.
Indeed. Alright, we now return to Varen. Hey, there are two creatures right here. Well, technically there's three. There's a lot of creatures in Varen's range. But there's only three who are guarding the gate. So, I'm going to target... Let's see. Yeah. I'm going to target the first hobgoblin in range. Or in this line, right here. This guy, right there. I want him. I want him gone. So he shall soon be gone. Good, I left sharpshooter on. I totally meant to do that. Okay, so that's a 25 to hit. 10 from sharpshooter, 9 from the arrow, and foe slayer for an additional 5. So that becomes 24 points of damage. There he is. Yes, 25 is definitely going to hit. So now he's at negative 14, and that's going to transfer to the fellow behind him. As this guy falls to the ground without a sound or a whimper or a cry. He's just kind of dead, going, what happened? And there we go. Ta-da! Alright. Second shot, now to the wounded fellow. No foe slayer, but I will use Colossus Slayer, because I finally have a wounded target. Prepare to die. 31 minus 5 is 26 to hit. 10 from sharpshooter. I rolled max damage on Colossus Slayer. And 10 from the arrow, for a total of 28 points of damage.
Man.
That is a dead hobgoblin.
That is a one-shot kill.
That's a 4-shot 4-kill, actually.
Oh yeah?
Well, I've shot 4 times since the fight started, and I've killed each of the targets. Okay, yep, and that's 4 arrows gone. Varen is going to interaction put away his longbow. Oop. First, he's going to bonus action stealth. At normal! I remembered. Ooh, 26 to hide. 20 feet to there. I know this. Whoa, what just happened? Okay, and then... I have 35 feet of movement remaining, but I can only climb at half speed. Aw, 35. So basically, I'm halfway up the wall currently, and with a 26 stealth check. Adrian, we return to your turn, sir. Return to your turn to do your turn, sir.
That's quite a turn.
You're welcome.
Hence.
You have 4
All right.
shots and 3 null targets. And a big metal bowl thing.
Well, I feel like there's time to shock
Uh-oh.
the unshocked. I'm going to be pulling out 4 lightning quiver or lightning arrows
Okay.
from my quiver. And let's see, which target do I want to hit? I want to hit this knoll right here. The bottom left corner.
Excellent choice, sir. Please proceed with your shot.
And lightning arrow.
A 17 to hit for 9 damage. That is going to shockingly hit for 9 damage.
Shockingly.
There's a burst of blood and burnt meat and fur from the creature's left cheek and shoulder.
Well, this guy up here on the left.
The vastly wounded one?
Yeah, the vastly wounded one. I heard him giggling
He was giggling.
and coughing up blood at the same time.
Well, he wasn't doing that. He's pouring too much out from his chest wounds. But he's pointing at you, and he's pointing at his now wounded companion, laughing at both of you. For the brief moment that he
hit him.
For the brief moment that his 2 hit points survives against 12 points of damage. Because 23 hits. Now he's at negative 10 hit points, and he's dead.
Now who's dying laughing?
That guy, apparently. Adrian, anything else for you, sir?
Let's see. That was 2 shots, right?
That was 2 shots. You have 2 shots more.
I'm gonna hit the one guy that hasn't been hit yet.
Okay. Let's see the shot. 26 is going to hit for 8 damage. Ouch! So much shocking lightning damage. Final
and then I'm gonna hit him again.
shot. Same one? Let's see it.
Yep.
16 is going to hit for 7 damage. And yet, he lives still. Anything
Well,
else?
that's quite funny.
Anything else?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Hey guys, guess what? I'm closer, and I use my special ability, Action Surge.
Oh dear.
And on this time, I'm just gonna pull out 4 regular arrows.
And did you want
One.
to use Arcane Charge before you take your action or after?
After.
Noted. 4 regular arrows at your disposal, sir.
4. All right. Wow, I'm using a lot of arrows, but that's okay. I've been saving them for a good purpose.
I warned you. 4 attacks is gonna burn your arrows quick.
I don't care. They're totally worth it.
Noted.
All right, so the one that I just hit with the lightning arrow last time,
Yes.
I'm gonna hit him now with a regular arrow.
Let's see it.
Hopefully ending him entirely.
That is a no, sir, because that is a nat 1.
Oh, wow.
You slid on the grass,
Maybe I
the arrow
need to
went
aim
wide
that.
and kind of curved around his ears, and he doubles over with laughter.
Yeah, all right. Oh. I'll need to work on that. Boom.
Oh, that is going. I'm assuming you're shooting at the same target.
Yeah.
Well,
the one that I missed.
That one goes down his throat as he throws his head back for a laugh. Come on. There we go. Boom.
And let's see.
2 more attacks, sir.
Okay. Well, you're the only one left. I'm surprised you guys still haven't run after me.
They haven't even had a chance.
Oh, that's right. And you're still not gonna.
Oh dear. 32 to hit. Will certainly hit for 8 damage and death. As he goes to -1. And thus, death.
I didn't realize the mechanical bull was that close.
Indeed.
I'm gonna put away one of my regular arrows and use my lightning arrow instead.
Noted. Take the shot. As I quickly find the target. There we go.
Lightning arrow on the mechanic bull.
Let's see it. 29 is going to hit for 6 damage. Watch that health bar. There you go.
Yep. And now I'm going to use my arcane charge and teleport 30 feet in this direction. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, hang on. I hate not having one of those nice mouse. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. Right there, I teleport.
Okay. And you still have your expeditious retreat.
I know, which is great.
Indeed.
Because I want to get far away from that thing.
I can't imagine as to why.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Come on. Ran out of mouse pad. And 50.
Nice.
Now I'd like to see him move.
Noted. Right. Where is this? Oh, right. This guy's commander is dead. That's why I can't fight him. This makes sense now. One of the hobgoblins on the wall nearby you, Adrian, yells out, "We're under attack!" Someone, Adrian, you understand this. Thea, you don't. Someone's out there attacking us! We've already lost some hobgoblins on the gate! And he's going to start mustering his squad up in that direction. Taking an action to dash. There we go. Technically, I know you can see him, Adrian, but he's on the wall.
Yeah, I can see, but then technically I can't.
That is fine. Flames down off the wall.
Because specifically fog cloud, my character should not be able to see him.
Precisely. Flames off the wall.
But I heard him.
Oh, he heard you. Heard him all right. Come on. There we go. This guy's going to go here, and ew, it's too far. This map is really hard to see. There we go.
It's a really big map.
Adrian, you hear a horn cry from within the gate in the walls. Indeed. Possibly, backup might be on the way.
Uh-oh. This is where the fun begins.
Again. Alright, so this guy's going to just climb down. Here we go. Ow. Climbing off the wall. Off the wall. off the wall. Yep. Okay. Much to Varen's personal annoyance, this final hobgoblin up here is actually going to open this gate. And Varen's just kind of like, really? After I climb halfway up the wall? Not yet. Not yet. Almost there. Not yet. No. Okay. Dell, it is your turn. You hear a horn cry from within these walls, and you hear a gate opening, though, bless you, you can't figure out where it is. I mean, you heard it to the west, but you can't see anything. Dell?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Okay.
I'm going to cast. Fourth level. Okay, that was not the right way to do that.
No. What's the radius?
That's what I wanted to do.
Alright,
15 foot
radius. Thank you. If I can hit the mouse button, that would be fantastic.
I think. Yeah, I'm gonna cast it at 4th level.
When you cast this spell, you can designate any number of creatures you can see to be unaffected by it. So basically, that just became a friendly fire spell because you can't see anyone to designate them as safe.
I did not think of that.
Are you sure you want to cast this spell, Del?
No, I'll wait.
Okay. What else would you like to do? Or what other? There you go. Del's like, I know, I can call on my ancestors. Oh wait, they'll kill anyone. Not yet, guys. What you got, Del?
I think I'll just keep moving this way for now.
I'm unsure of which way this way is.
And I'll find the open gate.
Fair
or
enough.
the gate open over here, is that right?
Yes, the gate is
Did I
now
heard it
open.
opening? No, I'll go there. And can I even do that? I don't think I can.
Why not?
Oh, you know what? I can.
There you go.
I know.
I accidentally just moved you over one. My bad. There you go.
I will cast Guiding Bolt.
Ooh. On.
On the unfortunate foe near me.
The hobgoblin. Okay, 20 to hit. Is going to hit for 12 radiant damage, and you hear a splattering of gore. It's hard to say for certain, but you're pretty relatively certain that you just blasted the insides of this hobgoblin to its outsides.
If you betray us, your outsides will become your insides will become your out. I will with pain. Lots of pain.
Ow, lots and lots of pain.
Yes.
Anything else though?
So yeah, basically I'm walking over here to the gate and try to get in and blast someone.
That makes
A
sense.
shiny bolt of magic.
Alright, this fellow, hearing that the prisoners seem fairly quiet, and because you have not revealed yourself yet, so hearing the cries of the hobgoblins that there's enemies to the north, he is not going to follow his arranged orders of starting to massacre the prisoners. He's going to go here. And since he still can't see anything and doesn't know where Varen is, because I forgot what I rolled for my stealth check. Varen, nope, that's Adrian. Varen rolled 26 stealth. Okay. This guy is not aware of Varen's presence. So, Del, you hear a whistling noise. I get a 28 to hit with a flying rock.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Del, you're going to take 21 points of bludgeoning damage, which I think means that you only take 1 point of actual damage because you had temporary hit points.
Yep.
Good thing you weren't concentrating on anything. And then he'll cry out something in an unknown language, Del. Moving along. Yeah, maybe.
I shot the wrong thing.
I should have shot the thing behind me. Dashing. What's this fellow? Come on. There we go. And then there's something very loud and booming. Oh, come on. Oddly enough, it's kind of like a boom, 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 boom kind of a sound. Almost as though something just jumped. Okay. Right. Let's pull these guys out of their huts now. And there we go. Hey, look! Some new people have just come out of these huts. And that's as far as they're gonna go. Yep. Okay. And there. All right. Alright, looking at the time, it is round 3, or top of the round, we're just starting off round 3. We're going to call it here for the night, because it's late where I am, and I'm getting tired. And it looks like we're in for an interesting fight with this small little outpost out in the middle of nowhere. Adrian, Del, and Thea, thank you so much for playing. I hope it was interesting and fun. Especially finally getting to try out, well, we haven't tried out Thea's yet, but trying out Adrian and Varen's capstone abilities. What did you two think? Adrian?
Adrian?
Might be falling asleep.
I'll go. Am I talking?
You go
Hello?
ahead, Thea.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Sorry. I'll go ahead and say thank you for setting up and running the game for us.
Indeed. Sorry, it was a little haphazard.
Letting us play. This has turned into a conundrum. I'm trying to figure out how to get these prisoners out of here.
It's like, I'm the escape vessel. How?
I was originally thinking of using the aiming on planes until I realized that was just there's too many people for that. I started to think of like opening the gate and trying to let them out, and starting to realize that probably just caused too much chaos and leave them at risk of just stumbling into monsters. And they realize, oh, hey, maybe I'll lead them to the gate. And I'm pretty sure Thea just heard a lot of unsettling noises going towards the gate.
Oh yeah, lots of really big, loud, unsettling noises. On the other hand, she doesn't know her allies are over there. So, people within 5 feet of your target. As a possibility.
Yep.
I hope you like the map. I went with a little bit more simplistic design this time around. Compared to the 9 Hells.
Yep.
Well, again, thank you so much for playing. I think Adrian might be falling asleep. Or be already asleep. Again, thank you so much for playing. I hope you had a good time. Thank you for coming back. Hopefully we'll see Thea's capstone next week. Who knows? In the meantime, have a great week. Oh, sorry, did you say something?
I was saying, hopefully, I was agreeing with you.
Fair. Adrian, are you there, sir? Nope, apparently not. Alright, in that case, see you all next week to see how this fight's gonna go and whether or not we can rescue the prisoners. And, kind of stop. Excellent. You're welcome. And going to stop recording.
Thank you, fellow adventurers, for joining us once more. Please comment below to vote on what monsters you want to see Adrian, Thea, and Varen take on next. You can vote for more than one kind at a time.
Frost Giant, Green Slaad, Sprit Naga, Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Thank you for watching, and I hope we'll see you again next week.